tonight because they have exams and whatnot, and a few people that had to be at like performances. But so yeah, Dexter messaged town and Durham, the planning board, I believe, because there was, as you know, last time there was residents talking about how the fuse boxes on the outside of the house, and they said that they don't have a problem with us locking them. That's just something that we need to get through the cottages. But at this point, did you hear that they're trying to sell the cottages?
I saw that.
They're selling the entire property. So, you know, a lot of people are saying they're really pushing me to pull the legal option because at this point they're thinking,
oh, I see.
Because, you know, at this point if they're going to sell the property, we need to kind of hold them liable for all this stuff now before it's too late. And yeah. I kind of want to know, like, where do we start with that?
You know, the tricky thing is going to be that, well, I think even if they sell it, if you're suing the entity that owned it at the time,
it doesn't matter.
I don't think that'll matter. I think the good thing about doing it sooner rather than later is that right now they have, you know, a contact here. You know what I mean? Like they have an office and somebody that we can serve, as opposed to having to like serve an out-of-state entity, which would be a little more complicated. I mean, the bottom line is, I think the issue with the bus, I haven't heard anything else besides the bus that rises to the level of like.
Yeah.
I think all the other issues are worthy of you guys working on and pushing them on and being a group about it.
Yeah.
Because I think you're seeing that that's getting a response.
Yeah.
But in terms of the bus, that's the only thing that I think is sort of legally actionable.
Right.
And I think that's, you know, I think it's a Consumer Protection Act violation.
Yeah.
I mean, it basically was like a bait and switch. You can't tell people, you know. I mean, it's really the same as like, there was a guy in Durham renting a place, selling it with, the big seller was that it's going to have this flat screen TV and full internet access. Like it was supposed to be like, he was selling it as like the cutting edge of electronic, like e-apartment kind of thing, you know? This was a couple of years ago. And then like none of it worked. He ended up taking the flat screen TV out. They couldn't even get internet access. They ended up having to like get hardwired cable. Like it was all like, you know, and we ended up settling. It was a single place. You know, it was like a. But anyway, I think that's the only thing that's actionable in it. I mean, so to file that, I mean, a small, well, I mean, basically, you'd have to have a filing fee, and I would just have to think about. It's probably, well, like a small clean is only like $70. Like you'd have to do a to have multiple parties, so it would probably be more like $125 or something like that for the filing fee. And it would depend on, yeah, you have to, I don't know if you would have to do like class action. I'm not sure. I mean, we'd have to look into that. But I mean, if people said they're ready to, yeah, you know, pull the trigger and do that, I can try in like the next week or two to, you know, put together a more specific analysis of exactly what we would need to move forward.
Okay, that would be really good.
What's your organization? Is it just? No, you haven't. Yeah. So you haven't like had you don't have like a membership, and you don't have like a president.
We haven't started. We haven't really. I mean, this is our second meeting, so we're just getting it started. Right now, I'm working to get as many people to help me as possible. Unfortunately, I have Dexter who's helping me a lot. He's kind of does like zoning. He talks all about the zoning stuff and basically the stuff that we can resolve within the committee with the cottages in Durham. And he's done a really good job about that because but it's kind of separate to the whole lawsuit. You know, it's more the sort of stuff that we can handle within the cottages. The busing thing. He also mentioned
Waterfront Way was that they were agreeing to provide transportation services, right?
Yeah.
But I don't
It has to
know.
be the exact words that it says is adequate transportation as deemed by the residents in the residents survey submitted by put out by CAPS once or twice a year. They recently sent out that survey, by the way. And I don't know if any of you guys saw the survey, but the survey did not mention a single thing about busing. It had a baby, really small,
there's a few
very
questions,
small.
yeah.
There was a very small.
I definitely got my information on part though.
Yeah, I wrote in all sorts of comments at the bottom, but hardly mentioned like at all.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were really upset about that because how are they going to deem what's adequate if the only question that comes up is, do you like the busing? You know what I mean? So the survey that's listed in the municipality of the town of Durham. But I mean,
But what is that requirement? Where does that requirement come from?
the town of Durham Planning Board, they have I believe so. Municipality is with the town of Durham Planning Board.
So that was Michael Barrett, or whatever was the director of planning. And that's why he said, I'll check into the bus service and get back to you.
Right.
And I'm assuming that was only Monday, so I'm assuming he hasn't heard back from you on that.
Yeah, not yet. We're waiting
And
to
what
hear
does
back on
Kane say about it?